How people deal with adversity defines who they are. My friend and neighbor Mark Stephan is a tough guy, a veteran marathoner and Ironman triathlete. Then the accident, the paralysis, and his incredible, inspiring response.
From the San Diego coastline, he headed east, through the mountains and the valleys, the forests and the deserts, on noisy city streets and quiet country roads. Sometimes by himself, but more often surrounded by an ever-changing roster of friends and supporters. The destination? St. Augustine, Florida. The distance? 3,129 miles.
Every pedal is now a pedal closer to home.
53-year-old Mark Stephan, a suburban Chicago resident and married father of 4, is a quadriplegic after fracturing his spinal cord in a bicycle accident almost 5 years ago. He wasn't supposed to walk, let alone ride again. But sheer willpower,
If you think you're done, you're done.
coupled with innovative treatments at the pioneering Rehabilitation Institute of Chicago, put Mark back on his feet. A few years ago, I chronicled his ascent to the top of Chicago's Willis Tower. And now, this bicycle odyssey, a fundraising effort for the Rehab Institute that got him going again. A tough, uphill going, weathering all kinds of adversity, including an accident that caused minor injuries and a time-consuming equipment repair. Yet he pressed on, through the challenges, the setbacks, and the constant reminders of how life used to be.
But I see you're smiling.
Oh yeah, Mike, considering where I came from, look at this. I'm out on a bike ride on a, Tuesday afternoon with a bunch of my buddies.
Yeah.
That's not all bad.
An amazingly positive outlook that astounded Katie Robin Garten, who was hired to document the journey on video.
I say to people, it's not just what he's doing, it's how he does it.
Lincoln Baker, at Mark's side every mile of the way to map the route, prep the bikes, and help with first aid, was equally inspired.
Every single morning, I can't think of one morning he hasn't gotten up and said, it's a beautiful morning.
And then there were the people met along the way. In Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, Cajun country, Neil Angel, a longtime acquaintance of mine, recruited his cousin Toby Rodriguez and other family members to treat Mark and his fellow riders to a taste of their culture. A rich French-infused culture set in stone by their ancestors, exiled to the Louisiana swamps 2 centuries ago from what is now the Canadian Maritimes. Who could live in the swamps?
What you gonna do, sit and feel sorry for yourself? What good does that do? Nothing. Any personal tragedy or anything of that nature, you have a choice. You either, take what you have and make the best out of it, or you just, give up and surrender.
After riding the last mile of the journey with some members of his family, Mark Stephan reached the St. Augustine, Florida finish line after 76 days on the road. His story didn't make a dent on the national news front, which is too bad because it's a classic American tale of courage in the face of adversity, of people helping each other, and in the end,
It makes you feel good about the State of the Union.
2.
When the weather is good, Mark takes a daily stroll through our suburban Chicago town, shuffling slowly with his crutches. I can see him from my front porch, and he sees me, and he's smiling.